The retired hitman thought he was finally going to live a quiet, peaceful life until a sudden doorbell rang and drew him to the front door. Out of the smoke emerged the dark barrel of a gun, followed by the killer's cold, emotionless face. The moment he stepped inside, he slaughtered the entire family of 4. When he saw that the man's body had been blown apart beyond recognition, he used a sharp axe to chop off the man's fingers as proof of the hit. In prison, the police carried in a bucket of ice, handed the severed fingers to the crime boss, pulling the strings from behind bars. One of his men took the fingers out of the ice and gave them to the boss, who pressed them in ink to confirm the fingerprints. To everyone's shock, after a careful comparison, they realized the assassin had killed the wrong target. Even behind bars, the gang could come and go as they pleased. The boss's men immediately contacted the hitman and ordered him to continue hunting down the boss's real enemy. But the true target, Bruce, had already moved his entire family to France. His whole family was ruthless, so much so that even their dog was covered in tattoos. Although they had decided to live like ordinary people, old mob habits were hard to shake. After dropping their 2 kids off, Bruce's wife went to the supermarket to buy a jar of peanut butter. Instead, she was mocked by some rude French locals, not only for not knowing how to cook, but increasingly viciously sneering at her as a tasteless foreigner. Enraged on the spot, she grabbed fuel and gas canisters off the shelves, tossed them into the storage room, and lit a match. Bruce just wanted to quietly work on his autobiography, but then he discovered the water coming from the pipes in his house was filthy. He called a plumber, who showed up 40 minutes late and then demanded double the fee. Furious, Bruce beat the man half to death, then kindly sent him to the hospital.
How do you beat them? How long back? I'm wagon.
On his daughter's first day at school, she caught the attention of a few local thugs. They lied, saying they would walk her home, but instead drove her out to the countryside. They laid out a tablecloth, preparing to harass Annie, and one of them even reached out and pulled at her clothes. The girl smiled sweetly, then casually reached into the trunk and pulled out a tennis racket. No one would have guessed that such a sweet-looking girl could be so vicious. Just like that, the punks were beaten to death on the spot.